What's up, everybody? My name is Arman Askari, and I am building a series to predict housing prices. And however, if you're just here and watching this video to learn more about Python Pandas, I will be doing a kind of mini series about how to use pandas, and then we will get into like how to create plots. But in this specific video, we're gonna do a little bit of like data cleaning. We're gonna learn more about how to add rows, delete columns, delete rows, drop, reset index, and read Excel file and things like that. Saying that, let's get into this video. Alright, so here's the first thing I want you all to see. This is a database I'm going to do a little bit cleaning on. As you all can see, it looks very messy. This is an Excel file. I do have a Mac and I have not opened it with Excel, but it's an Excel format file. And as you all can see, we got a couple rows on top, which is kind of like gives us information about this whole data. And then we have different columns, different rows. I'm pretty sure this data frame goes from, set goes from 1991 all the way to 2022, end of the 22 year, so December. And this is the housing price index, basically the changes that have been happening to the housing prices since 1991. As you all can see, our base is 100, and then as you can go up, we can see the fluctuation between the prices of housing going up and down, going down here, and then where we are at, we are right now at 300, which means we're at 100, so times 3. So our housing prices have increased by 3, which is very interesting, and I'm actually very curious to know why caused it. So starting this pandas tutorial, first thing we want to do right now is to read this Excel file. And if you all do not have the pandas library installed in your computer, just do the normal pip install and get pandas. If you are going to use Anaconda usually comes with the pandas library package in it, so you don't need to install it yourself. I am using Anacondas, and this is the Jupyter Notebook, which is great for using pandas and doing data analysis and just like cleaning your data and things like that. Alright, so let's just import our panda. And also feel free to, if you know something or you want to challenge your knowledge, to go through all the steps of things that I'm gonna do today and yourself, and then check with me if you did it right. So the first thing I want to do, I just want to read my data. So I'm just gonna create a data frame called df equals pd.read, and it's an Excel file. And if it was a CSV file, you just put CSV in here instead. Pretty simple. And then we're gonna copy paste that file name, which is okay. Dot XLS, I think. All right, boom. All right, so we have it. As you all can see, we all see in this data frame, in the data set, the first 2 rows were basically, the first one was just nothing, second one was just information. And you can see that here as well too, that basically our first 2 rows are like nothing going on in them. So what I want to show you all is how to first we can drop these rows, which is row number 1 and row number 2. And you can see the row number 3 is where it actually stores our column heads, basically. So what we want to do, my goal is to delete these first 2 rows and then replace these like unnamed 0 through whatever with our actual column names that we have here. So the first thing I want to do, I want to just drop these two first rows. So I'm just going to do df dot, df equals drop, and then I want to do df dot index, and I want to do indexes. As you all can know, we can slice them here and just say everything till row number index 2. All right, let's run that. Let's look at our data frame one more time. As you all can see, we removed those. Another thing I want to do is, but coming back to this data set, you can see that we have so many columns, like one for East, North, Central, and this is basically the housing prices depending on the area, like the mountain area, Pacific, South Atlantic. I don't necessarily care about that. I just want to look at the USA housing prices in general. So what I want to do, I want to drop all these columns and only keep USA SA, which is seasonally adjusted. And so, and I want to also keep month. So how I'm going to do that? So data frame df dot drop df dot ilog. Okay, so before I actually do this, I want to just show you all what this ilog means. So you can use ilog. Let me just add a cell here. So if I just put ilog here, and then I put like, let's do 5. What it does, it returns me only the fifth row of my data set, or the row with that index, basically. The fifth row, actually, yeah, row of my data set. And I can do it in a way that I want to return the first 5 ones. So it also does that too. So it does. You can slice it. You can like work with this as like this is a list, basically. If you have any experience with like using Python lists, this kind of works the same way. And yeah. All right. So then, as I was saying, I want to first locate these. So I want to keep all of my rows, right? What this column here means is I want to keep all of my rows. And then the next thing that I'm going to put right here is the columns that I want to remove. So I want to remove 1 through, which is 1 is this one through all the way. How many do I have? 21. So I'll 1 through 20, right? So you keep that. Or 1 through 21. So you keep only 21, yeah. And then I put axis equals 1 to specify this is columns. Then in place equals true. All right, let's run this. And now let's get our df. Ooh, what did I do? Oh, so what I did wrong here. I saved df as everything that I'm dropping, I think. I should not put this equal here. Okay, let me just run this one more time. Yeah. Okay, so I did it wrong. I did it wrong because it should be 20. So one more time. Hopefully I'm doing it right. There you go. So I got 2 columns, month and USA seasonally adjusted. So as I said, next thing I want to do, I want to replace this unnamed 0 and unnamed 20 with month and USA season adjusted. So how am I going to do that? Columns equals to df dot ilog 0. So if we get the df, yeah, so all you can see, we got that back. And then once again, I want to delete these two rows and I don't need them anymore. So we just come right here. We just do the index through 0, 1 to 2. And then my df is going to be this. The last thing I want to do here before I finish this video is how we're going to reset index, which is very important because whenever you do a lot of things with your data set, you always want to reset your index to make sure it's all neat and clean and really reflect what your data is saying. So what I want to do is just come right here and you say df equals df.reset index, and then you place drop, so you want to drop that, and this is going to be true. And then let's look at this one more time. Boom. One thing you all notice here is this guy right here, right? All right, one thing I need to do, I need to replace this. This should not be number 2, right? So how am I gonna do that? This is right here because I just replaced every heading with my first row. That's why number 2 is here. So how am I gonna change the 2 to maybe like index or whatever I want? So the first thing I want to do df dot columns dot name. I'm pretty sure is equals to df.index.name, and then I want to do df. So basically I'm getting the column name of my index, and then I want to say df.indexName.name equals to none. So when I come here and then show you the demo frame, there's nothing here. I can replace it with something else too, I'm pretty sure. So we can just do index. And we have it as an index. But I prefer it to be none, so I'm just gonna do none. Boom. Oh. There you go. Perfect. All right. This is all for this video, and I just want to show you all how to kind of get around pandas and start working on this. If you do want to do the next thing before I post the next video, the next thing I want to do, I want to go download the inflation rate of United States throughout. Hopefully I can find all of it from 1991 till here. I don't want to clean that data set. So one thing I want to tell you all about that is because I have looked at it, is in that type of data set you have years and you have months as your row. So it's basically 1991 and you have from January to December. So, but if you remember right now we have each month and year in each row. So it's usually 1991 January, 1991 February. So how are we going to be able to convert these rows into columns and then sort them properly? So that's going to be the main thing we're going to do in the next video. So give it a shot yourself. But if you couldn't figure it out, I'll see you all next video and I will show you how to do that. Till then, yes I am.